Coach, what did you kind of see out of Carson Hobbs during fall camp?
I just saw a young man competing every single day. Got better from the start to where we are today. He learned the defense, just went out and competed, tried to be the best he could be every single day.
And then what's just kind of like your game day routine on Saturday or Sunday in this case? Just you want space? You in the game plan? Double check your game plan?
A little bit of both. Going to continue to work the game plan, study the call sheet, study film, just continue to try to prepare for game time. That's it.
Coach, how about just when you're at this point in the week, you're so close to the first game, but yet you're still so far away. What's that like as a coach, but also trying to instill that in your players of the work that still needs to be done to be ready? Yeah,
well, today was like a typical Tuesday, first day of game preparation really in the game week, and we got a lot of work to do. You say we're still far away. It feels like it's tomorrow. We don't have enough time to continue to do what we need to do, but we just got to come out every single day, continue to work, continue to improve on the things that we got to get better at, and clean up some details as we get ready for game day.
What are you most excited to see from this defense once kickoff comes on Sunday night?
I just want to see them playing really hard. The effort's got to come through on film. I want to see us be fundamentally sound, situationally aware. Don't want to see a team beat ourselves, and we want to take the ball away. Those are the things that we want to see every single Saturday.
You mentioned taking the ball away. That's been a hallmark of this defense the last few years. How critical is that to the overall success of this program?
Yeah, it's for every team. Every defensive coach talks about it. Everybody works it, but it's another to go make it happen on game day. And these guys have done a great job of that. It's about the habits that you build every single day. It's a year-round commitment to getting that done, and hopefully those results don't change.
Your first year, at Notre Dame, what do the emotions look like now going into a game against Miami?
Well, to start, being here at Notre Dame is a tremendous honor. I'm really privileged to have this opportunity. I can't wait to go be a part of this organization on game day and see these players go play for each other and play really hard. Just go out and be the best that we can be, and just to be a part of that's really special. And I'm really humbled and honored to be here.
Talked about Donovan Hinish being a standout guy. What have you really seen from him so far?
He's just consistent every single day. He's a guy that shows up. You can trust him. He's going to do all the hard things, and he's going to do them consistently. He's just always doing what he needs to do to get better, and he's just a great leader for everybody else just by what he does and how he handles his business.
Just how kind of your conversation's been like with CJ away from the practice field over the last week?
Yeah, just really excited about his eagerness to kind of dive in the deep end, and he wants a lot of responsibility. He wants it on his shoulders, and that's obviously what you want from someone as competitive as he is and plays the quarterback position. But we're going to ease him into this thing, and he can handle a lot, but with the atmosphere being what it is, playing on the road, first game, all that kind of stuff, we'll be a little bit cautious with how we approach it in the beginning and kind of see how this thing gets rolling.
And then what did Sullivan and Gerby do well in camp that's kind of put them in this position?
Yeah, I think they're just both really competitive guys that both have shown the ability to start at right guard and do some real positive things, both in the run game with creating some space and some movement up front, but also with their pass protection. I think both of them have come a long way where that's concerned, and it's something that we'll get sorted out here in the next day or so.
Coach, what does Notre Dame have in CJ Carr? What makes him the right guy at the right time right now for being QB?
Well, I think we're all going to find out, right? And I'm just excited for him. I know the type of work that he's put into giving himself this opportunity. We're as anxious to see this whole thing as every Notre Dame fan that's out there is anxious to see it. And we'll give him the tools necessary to be successful. But really, success for us is equates around team glory. And if that's a 1-point victory, we'll take it and run like our hair's on fire.
You said you would tailor the offense around whoever won the job, their strengths, and try to mitigate the weaknesses. How has that gone to kind of make those adjustments to tailor to CJ's strengths?
Yeah, really smooth. I think, we got a lot of, as I talked about before, we got a lot of information on both of those guys during fall camp and kind of gave us a little bit of a head start on what their strengths are, because everybody who plays the quarterback position, their eyes kind of see certain things certain ways, and guys have ways that they kind of progress through reads, or they're maybe a little bit quicker at this concept than they are at that concept in the passing game, whatever that happens to be. And we just have to make sure we're putting them in the best position to use their strengths to our advantage.
Coach, what did Will and Faison kind of show you to win that punt return job?
Yeah, I mean, we feel like either one of those guys could go out there and, really just showed a lot of consistency, a lot of drive to want to do it, and then executing in critical situations.
And then does your philosophy change on fair catching kickoffs when you have Jeremy Price back there?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really look into fair catching. I mean, we want to be aggressive and return kicks. So that's why we put our best players on the units. And so overall, if we're going to put those guys back there, we're going to try and make sure we have it schemed up for the right guys to block as well.
Where's Noah's confidence at as you guys head into game?
I think it's pretty good. It's progressing. He's had a good 2 weeks. The last week and a half, last 10 days has been really positive. So just trying to get him ready and, being able to execute. And I think he's in a good state of mind.
We've asked you about James and his progression, but as you get now ready, set for his year 2, how much has he grown from this time last year?
Yeah, I think just overall understanding just the flow of the game, to how much to warm up, to how busy the sideline can be, just everything. I mean, more so not actually right in the game, but everything that would happen before and after the play. And then, the best thing for him is he got to play all the way up into the national championship game. So he's been on the big stages, and so I think he's at a really good state of mind compared to last year.
Jordan, what did you kind of learn last year playing in Miami, just in front of your family, friends, all that hoopla outside of the game?
Yeah. For me, obviously going back home, it's a great environment to be in. I've been there my whole life. Playing in front of friends and family too, it's an honor. People who have developed and given a lot of their life to myself and my success. So it's a great honor playing there, and I can't wait to get back.
And then that said, what would it mean to get out of there with the W?
It means the world, man. Growing up there, watching Miami all the time, now I get a chance to go out and play a team I respect. But I want to go out there and obviously win and show what our team is working on this whole offseason.
What will Notre Dame fans see from CJ Carr at QB1?
Yeah, they're going to see a dog out there, a guy who's competitive, relentless. No matter good or bad, he knows how to handle himself, and going to go out there and show him what he can do.
Obviously, that was a heck of a battle. What can you say about both guys in terms of the way they handled themselves throughout camp? Because there's not much more scrutiny that happens than on the quarterback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, both guys are great, both on the field and off the field. They came and competed their butts off. But, at the end of the day, we have trust in the coaches and, their decisions. And, both guys are going to play a major role within our team this season, and I can't wait to see what they could do.
Jordan, that connection with Florida, obviously. Is there any morale booster with family being there?
Yeah, a little bit more motivation, to go out there and show them, the work they put in for me and the work I put in too.
Go ahead, Biggie.
What do you see, Jordan, with CJ in terms of the fundamentals, in terms of finding you guys that, it gets you excited?
Yeah, he's got it all, especially for a younger guy. He can understand defenses. He understands the playbook, both all the ins and outs of it, everything. He knows the reads. If maybe we mess up or he might be late on a throw, like we come back, talk about it, have great discussion about it, go out the next play and get it right. Just to have that guy be so young, but be matured, it's a great.
Obviously, Riley liked to run the ball as well last year, but talk about some of the major differences between the two, between Riley and CJ.
I mean, yeah, obviously, Riley could also throw the ball as well. But, he had great legs. CJ, he could run a little bit too, so it'll be fun to see that, scramble out of the pocket and whatnot. But arm-wise too, yeah, just excited to see, what we can get out there and do.
How have you seen guys like Malachi Fields kind of progress?
Yeah, for them, it's, they've been in the game for so long, so they know what to expect from them and they know what to expect on the field. But, them to come out, learn a new playbook, be around a new group of guys, they've meshed in so well. It's like they've been here, they're all 4 years, so it's an honor playing with them. Obviously Notre Dame's a little different. We say that to every transfer, that comes in. But play with a chip on your shoulder, this is a very respected university, and we're going to go out there and show that.
That's what Tyler.
This is a really big game for you. Is there a defensive player on Miami that you have to keep your eye
I mean, pretty much the whole secondary. I know at the field position they have a pretty good cornerback, freshman All-American last year, I think. It'll be good competition. We always look forward to that. So, it's going to be good competition out there, and can't wait to go out there and play.
Drayk, where's this defense better now coming out of camp than when you guys started camp?
I think for us it was just learning the details of what Coach Ash wants to run, and then I think overall just learning what concepts, what the offense is giving us, what we can do in it, and then kind of just really just being able to communicate. I think that's the biggest part is we've gotten our communication, a lot of old guys left that it was just kind of natural for them. And so I think that was the biggest part, working with Schrauth, young Tay, Don obviously coming back, but just a mix of everybody just communicating, talking. I think that's probably where we're best right now.
And then how important is it for you guys to set a violent tone early in this game, just given their offensive line?
Yeah, it's for us, the way we've talked so far, it's a downhill run game. It starts with their offensive line, and for us, it's just we gotta set the tone. And a big thing for us this week is gonna have to be stop the run. They want to run the ball downhill. That's something they did last year, and so for us, it's just we're gonna have to play downhill and meet them at the line of scrimmage.
What does it mean to be a captain?
It's pretty special to be recognized by your peers as a captain, and when you got older guys like JD, Jack, before you, that's something you strive to be, and so for my teammates to see me as that, it's really special and an honor.
We asked you about their offensive line. They have a very veteran quarterback in Carson back. What are the challenges that he brings?
The biggest thing is that he's played a lot of football. He's seen a lot of coverages. He's been in big games, so. He's a mature quarterback. He's a good player. There's a bunch of things out there on him, but he's a really good player. He played really high ball at Georgia. He's seen a lot of good ball. So that's the biggest thing is that he's going to be poised, he's going to be collected, he's going to be smart, he's going to know where to go with the ball. So that's our biggest challenge.
As a captain, what's just kind of your message to some of the younger guys this week as they go on the road for the first time?
Just be where your feet are. Playing college football, it looks different from a lot of different people, and just being where your feet are and kind of just staying in the moment.
And then what was just your family's reaction to you being the captain?
They just always been proud of me, just being able to get to Notre Dame and kind of just where my career has been. They've just always been proud of me, and my parents just always just tell me that.
How about your reaction?
Yeah, I was really proud of myself, and it was kind of like, all right, I got to take the next step, and just the tradition of this place, like being a captain, it means a lot. So,
what's your leadership style? What kind of captain will you be?
Definitely a vocal guy, but a guy that does the right things, and is a guy that's going to keep the building and keep when the defense is, when we're out there, just keep everything calm, cool, and collected.
Carson Beck, obviously a lot of experience. Talk about the challenges that he brings as a quarterback at Miami.
Yeah, with him having a lot of experience, he's seen a lot of different defenses. So, credit to him playing in SEC and, being very successful. So, we just have to use that and see the things that he doesn't see and kind of just use our athletes to our advantage.
Can you talk about some of the emotions going into the first game of the season, being a top 10 matchup at Miami?
I'll just say, being at Notre Dame, every game is a Super Bowl. And, especially playing Miami week 1, it's a lot of noise, but, we just got to stay focused and kind of just play our game.
Is there, this is a big matchup, like you said, top 10. Is there a receiver that's going to kind of keep you on your toes out there, you think? They brought in a lot of different guys, and every team has great receivers, so just kind of just playing our style of football and, listening to what Coach Mick say and playing DMM football. I would just say kind of listen to the coaches. They have the keys and the knowledge that we need to be successful.
You've been in a lot of hostile environments before. How much confidence is that going to give you heading into this game against Miami?
I would just say the same. Playing last year against A&M and in the playoffs, it's all the same. It's football. I've been playing the same game since I was in Pop Warner, and I probably was nervous more in Pop Warner than I am now. But yeah, definitely.
Aamil, how valuable was it for you and some of the other guys just to get experience on the road in big games last year?
It's extremely valuable. I think big game environments are always unique wherever you play. And I know whenever we go to anywhere in the country, they're going to give us their best. And so having the opportunity to kind of go through that playoff series and play in those environments and just be around loud fan bases and intense moment, high pressure, just gives us experience and gives us a chance to calm ourselves down when we see it again.
And then just as a competitor, what's just your excitement level to play a couple of the best edge rushers in the country?
I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely excited to play anyone. I think we're always going to focus on the game ahead of us, and it turns out Miami has two extremely talented pass rushers, so I'm excited to compete against them, to go against them. I know Ruben's a hell of a player, and they're just great athletes, so I'm excited to get after them.
When you're told you're a Notre Dame captain, what were those emotions like?
It's extremely emotional. I said it in my first speech to the team that it's the greatest honor of my life by far. The ability to serve this team, like the people I love the most. There's nowhere else I'd rather do it at, and there's no other people I'd rather serve. So I'm just almost brought me to tears. Not a big crier, but almost brought me to tears. And I'm just glad I have the opportunity to serve these people.
You got to start 16 games last year. How much does that prepare you to be a captain and leader on this team?
It's reps. It's reps. It's getting the opportunity to not only be on the field, but also be on the field with great leaders like Riley Leonard, Jack Kaiser, Riley Mills, BMO. It's just an opportunity to absorb kind of what they did, how they led in practice and on the field and in games. And being out there with them just showed me kind of the steps to take, and hopefully be able to implement that myself.
Donnie, what's it mean to be named captain at Notre Dame?
It's the greatest honor I think I've received in my life, because it means my teammates respect me, and they respect the way I carry myself and the way I perform, and they look at me as a guy that can lead them. And that's one of the greatest honors I've ever received, being trusted and being loved by my teammates. And I have so much gratitude towards each and every single one of them.
And then how important is it for you guys to set a violent tone on Saturday?
You said Saturday?
How important is it for you guys to set a violent physical tone on Sunday?
It's important, for sure. We got to send a message. We got to let people know we're back. We're not the same team from last year. We're a new team, but watch out for us too, because we ain't backing out from nobody. I'm not going to try and hype it up like it's an MMA fight or anything, but just it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're definitely gonna have to send a message with this game.
What does it mean to you to help Coach Freeman start to forget who that other 41 used to be that used to play here?
It's definitely interesting. I think it's a great honor that he said that. I'm not gonna, talk bad about the other 41, because he is kind of my best friend. But it's a great honor that he said that, and I really appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna hold that over him. For sure, I'm gonna go screen record that clip. I haven't seen it yet, but he did tell me about it, so I'm gonna go screen record it and send it to him, and maybe send like the flexing emoji or something funny. But yeah, I just think it's a great honor that he said that.
What conversations have you had with your brother about being a captain, and what advice has he given you going into this Miami game?
He just told me to be me. Just because I got named captain doesn't mean I got to be someone else. They voted for the guy they know. They didn't vote for someone who's going to try and stand over top of them. They voted for Donovan, not, oh, look at me, I'm a captain now. That's not what they voted for. They voted on how I behaved myself and how I carried myself. So he said, just be you, because they respect you enough that they would vote you captain in the way you carry yourself and the way you are. I said, perfect, that doesn't mean I have to change for anything. And so I was able to carry that, and he just said, rally behind your guys. Someone has a bad play, pick them up. You can't let someone stay down, because if they stay down, they'll stay in the pit. You got to get them out of the pit and carry them back. And so I'm going to carry that with as best as I can, pretty much. Yeah.
He was right there at Texas A&M last year, kind of on the field. Is he going to be there this year again? And what type of advice has he given you in these big moments and these big games? I
don't think he'd be there at this game, sadly. I kind of wish he was. That was cool seeing him for a Texas A&M game. I definitely got fired up. Just the big games. It's football. It's a kid's game at the end of the day. Go out and have fun. Don't make anything bigger than it is. Every single field, Coach Rim mentions it to us all the time. It's 53 1/3 by 120, whether we're on Mars or whether we're in our practice facility. Football field is the exact same size. So take that the same way. They play football. They're scared. They're not scared. They're not immortal. They're just like me. So don't make it into something that it's not. We grew up playing this game. I've been playing this game since I was 7 years old. So I'm just not going to make it bigger than something, than it is. It's a football game. And I'm going to go out there and play with my best friends, it's awesome. I don't know what to say.
This is a huge game, and, you're probably thinking about it a lot. You're fired up, and, thinking of the future, what do you think you're going to bring to this game? What are you hoping to bring?
A win. I don't know. Hopefully I can, just bring some energy. Some energy my guys can follow. Set a good example for them. Have a good game, pretty much.
No specific goal, just energy.
Energy, I'm not real big on self-motivation. I'm big on the team motivation, getting everyone going. Because when we go out there, it's not just me on the field. So I don't got to worry about just me being fired up. I got to worry about everyone else. Make sure everyone's doing good. So I'm not going to, try and set a stat line for myself. But I'm definitely going to try and get the guys going, get them excited, get them riled up. Because if we're all moving as one unit, then that's when you got a good team. But if you got, just me trying to hype myself up, it's kind of selfish.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Thank you. Billy, what's it just mean to be named captain after so many good offensive linemen have been in your shoes?
Yeah, it's an honor, especially knowing the quality of people in this locker room. To be able to represent them in any fashion is an honor, and I take it with a lot of responsibility.
And then how important is it for you guys to set a physical tone on Sunday?
Yep. Starts up front. We're excited. It's going to be a great matchup. A lot of history between these two teams, and fired up to get out there.
What type of leader are you, Billy?
I'm a leader that sets the example. I try to be a guy who goes out there and leads in my own way, authentically. But I think it's also important to kind of set the tone with things, and there's a standard of the way we do things around here. I think it's important to uphold that.
You've obviously had a roller coaster ride here, and injuries that have derailed things at times. To be at this moment now, a captain in Notre Dame getting ready to start this season, what does this all mean to you?
A lot of growth. I've been, when I started here, it wasn't always like this. I feel like there's been a lot of growth in our program. In our O-line room, in our in that locker room in general, and guys are super tight, and I feel that. I feel the love over and over. Yeah.
Well, what does it just mean to you to be named captain after just being here 8 months?
Yeah, I think it's truly a blessing. I think being voted a captain by your play, not just only the players, but the coaches as well, I think it speaks volumes to what guys around the facility think about me and how much they trust me with this title. So, it's something I don't take for granted. I really appreciate this opportunity. I'm excited to lead this team with these 5 other guys. So it's really a blessing.
And then you played in multiple big games before. How do you kind of block out the noise and the hype around the game and just kind of focus on the game itself?
Yeah, I think obviously when you're playing big environments and you're playing big games like this, I think to take that away, you got to kind of just focus on, you've been playing this game for a really long time. Most of us have been playing this game since we were 5 or 6 years old. So I think you can't make the game bigger than it is. I think Coach Freeman has done a good job of kind of explaining the history of this game. So I think understanding that has been able to help us how we attack practice each day. So I'm looking forward to the game.
Transfers have been captains here before, but it's been quarterbacks in their first year. To be a wide receiver, transfer, and become a captain, does that mean that much more? And did you even see it coming when you were going about this process?
Yeah, I think it's awesome to kind of be one of the first that wasn't a quarterback to be voted captain. But I think I came to Notre Dame knowing that I had a lot of leadership qualities and that I have done a good job being a leader. So I think it kind of first started out, you get in and you want to be a leader first within that receiver room. And I think kind of once I got in, became a leader in the receiver room, I think that kind of just permeated throughout the whole team. And I think guys saw how intentional I was, whether it was in my relationship with the guys off the field or how I came about my work each and every day. I think guys saw that and felt that it was enough for them to vote me captain. So, like I said, I wouldn't say it was a surprise because, I want to lead these guys. I want to be a leader for this team. And I think we have so many guys on this team who are leaders, and I think that aren't captains, but I think we have a lot of leaders and a lot of guys who have influence on this team. So I'm excited for it.
You've done all this work to get to this point, but you still haven't played a snap in a real game as a Notre Dame football player. How much are you looking forward to Sunday night?
I'm looking forward to it a lot. I think, this is why you come to Notre Dame. This is why you want to play in these type of games because you're going up against the best, not only in practice, but now on Sunday night we're going to get to go against the best. So, I mean, I look forward to it. This is why you come to Notre Dame. I'm excited.
Give us the lowdown on CJ. What's he like in the huddle, and what's the chemistry like, and what gives you confidence going into a hostile environment like this?
Yeah, I think when you think about CJ and how he kind of commands a huddle, I think like it kind of surprised you because like he's a redshirt freshman, so he's a young guy, but like you wouldn't guess that at all. Like he's very confident, not only in his play, but as well as how he's able to lead an offense, a locker room. So I think that's what makes CJ so special. It's like he's well beyond his years, and I think that's going to be really good for us.
You have a lot of experience, just like you mentioned at other colleges. So, how have you seen yourself grow here at Notre Dame so far, though?
Yeah, that's a good question. Notre Dame it's been a lot of growth. It's been 8 months now, but I think I've grown a lot. Not only as a football player, as a person, but just in my faith as well. Like, I came to Notre Dame because I felt like God was calling me to be at Notre Dame, and then I got here, and I found out I had to get surgery on my foot, so I missed the whole spring ball essentially. And then I kind of, just realized, I'm in a very special place to be where I am, and I take every opportunity that I have being at Notre Dame very seriously, whether that's football stuff, whether it's community service, whether that's making relationships in the classroom with professors or students. So I think that's been huge for my growth. I've grown a lot as a football player, but I've grown as a person and as a man in my faith so much since being here. So I'm truly blessed to be here. I don't take any day for granted. You can ask anybody in the locker room, I love this place, and I know I've only been here 9 months, but I don't take any of this for granted.
I have you, Malachi Fields, on my watch list for the kickoff show, and one thing I'm really focusing on is matchups to watch. Has there been a defensive player you're keeping your eye out on? Got to keep quick on your toes when you get near them?
Obviously the receivers, we kind of dive into their DBs a little bit. I know they have a transfer nickelback from Auburn, and then they also have one of my former teammates at Wisconsin, Xavier Lucas. So I know Xavier and Malachi are probably matched up a lot. So I'm kind of helping Malachi out maybe on what Xavier did a little bit his freshman year, kind of what I see, what he thinks, what might work, what not might work. So I think it's been good to get in the film room with him and kind of understand what kind of we're going to do to attack these guys.
CJ, what have your conversations kind of been like with Coach Denbrock and Gino over the last week away from the practice field?
I think, the conversations have mostly been Miami game plan. How are we going to attack these guys? What are the good plays? What are the checks we want to get to? What are they playing? And, we're just coming up with a good plan.
And then you traveled last year and got to experience the big environments. What did you kind of learn from just going through the routine and the process of that?
I think watching Riley was a big pro for me, and just seeing how he handles himself, how he handles pre-game, night before game, day of game, stuff like that has really helped and given me kind of a baseline of what I want to do, what I think I'm going to do going into the game.
What does it mean to you to be QB1 after what was obviously a very tight battle, and what were the emotions when you were told?
Yeah, it means everything. This is what you worked for your whole life, really. I was talking to my dad earlier. He talked about just when we were in the competition, he was saying if I would have told you as a middle schooler or high schooler that you'd be at the University of Notre Dame competing to be the starting quarterback here, you would have been, jumping up and down. And then actually being here and being able to win the job is amazing.
What will people see from CJ Carr?
I'm a competitor. I'm coming out ready to compete with my guys, and we're ready to go.
Go ahead.
I talked to Ian earlier. Obviously, with him being back in town, he said that he's had conversations with you. What have those conversations been like, and how great is it to have somebody who's been through some of these tough environments and games give you that advice?
Yeah, Ian's been a great resource throughout the whole process, and being able to talk to a guy who's done it before, who's been through the Notre Dame quarterback cycle, and understood the highs and the lows of the position, especially here, has been really great. And he just talked about he played at Miami too, one of his years, and he talked about the crowd and the atmosphere, and so getting those little tidbits has been really important.
Will Pauling said earlier that you have great command of the huddle and that they trust you 100%. Where does that confidence come from, being a redshirt freshman and just coming into your first start? Where does that confidence come from?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. This is kind of me, and I just enjoy coming out here and playing football with some of my best friends, like Will Pauling, like my line, and some of the other targets we have on offense, and then also competing against my friends on the defense. And so it's fun. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. Doesn't feel like a job or anything. So I can come out here every day with high energy and just enjoy it. And now the pressure is a little higher with Miami, and the plan is the same thing.
You talk about blocking out the noise a lot. How do you prepare your mind for a game like this?
To be honest, we've just kind of stuck to staying in the game plan and trying to see different looks that Miami's giving us that we're planning on getting, and making sure that I got all my checks down and just stay in the game plan, I guess.
How did the competition itself make you a better player?
I think just coming in every day, knowing somebody's chasing you or you're chasing someone else was important for me in the fall, to just kind of come in every day with a chip on my shoulder, attack the day, and know that you don't have room for error, you don't have room to relax, and I think it made both of us better players.
Go ahead, one more. Since being named QB1, have you talked to your grandfather, and what advice has he given you?
Yeah, he texted me after I got named, and he said that football runs in the Carr family blood, and that this is your moment, you're ready for this. So go out against Miami, attack, and don't look back. So it was great to be able to talk to him just about life and football.
All right, one more quick question. What's the biggest piece of advice has he given you on the phone?
Just let it loose, really. Go out and attack. Stay in the film room, know what they're giving you, know what you got on offense, and let it loose.
And if nerves get to you at all on the field, how are you going to the sideline and prepping for that? This is the last question.
Say again? Just kind of, trusting my guys. We have a lot of weapons out there. We have a really good O-line, really good defense, and so getting out there and letting it loose, letting my guys do the work, and my goal is to facilitate the weapons we really have out there.